Hello, hello, welcome back. And today we're talking about how to sparkle, even if you don't feel like it because work's been a lot and life's been kind of tough, because things aren't always super easy. I know here we're all about letting it be easy, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is easy, right? So this is one of those topics that we all kind of go through, but no one really talks about. So let's dive into it. So the first thing, what does it mean to sparkle? Because that's such a pretty word and everything, but how do we let that happen in our own life? And this is something that I've been struggling with lately, so don't think that I'm like the perfect one at this at all, okay? I've been having the most terrible downswing of mood the last 2 weeks, and I'll tell you why, even that's not a good reason, but I was just thinking that, if I went through this and I'm learning how to get myself out of whatever it is, maybe it would help one of you guys too. So what does it mean to sparkle? When you think of something that sparkles, you think it's shiny, it's glittery, it's attractive, it's, it catches your attention. It's happy in a way, it's light. It almost has like a youthful kid energy to it, fun. And how much of that energy do we have in our life? I know for me, a lot of times I can get really down and heavy energy, just work and getting things done. And how do I learn this? And am I getting enough things done? And, just work really late and then, yeah. So we all kind of do that. But what is important in life? And so now I'll go into the story that kind of brought me to this topic because my family, we have a real estate business and a construction business, and I do lots of things with crypto, and I love to learn, so I'm always studying a new language, books, life, everything. So I have a pretty, full life, and I'm very grateful. And I also, when I was 15, I learned how to draw blueprints for building houses, for residential houses. And I learned it from my dad's college professor. And so I've been doing that for our business for a while now, but I never knew how to do it on CAD, which is the computer version of doing it. So one of the architects that Dad works with, he was looking for some people to hire, and Dad brought up me and said that, she knows how to draw, but she doesn't know how to do it on CAD. And so he was like, well, he'd be willing to teach me if I would be willing to work for him. So I was like, sure, because that's a good skill to have, right? So I started doing that, and it's been amazing, really. I couldn't think of a better job or a better employer or anything like that. It's been truly amazing, and I've been learning so much, and it's a good skill to have, right? But the thing is, I guess I had a container issue. If you want to know more about that, see my book review on The Big Leap of what container issues are. But it's I had so much going on, all the paperwork and everything that I do for our businesses, and then the stuff that I do for myself, and then adding to that, the 9-to-5 type thing job that I'm doing for the architect. I was starting to think how am I going to fit all of this in a day and keep everybody happy and spend enough time with parents and be, have enough energy. Because if you guys know me, I am not the most high energy person. I need lots of rest and quiet time and alone time and, thinking over things time, all of that, which I would get to do during the day. But now, really, no, not so much, not at all. So I was kind of having this, I don't know what it was, but I'd be crying every day and just terrible mood swing thing of just being not able to be happy. And the thing is I have every reason to be happy, right? I have a family, I have my health, I live in the best country in the world, I have this amazing job, all of these things, right? So why couldn't I be happy? And I think that's where a lot of us find ourselves, is we have everything and yet we're missing something. Where's that last piece of just happiness, right? So I'm making this video to kind of document how I'm kind of getting myself out of that negative spiral, even though it was nobody's fault but my own. And I think the main thing is even though we're still doing so many things for other people, we still have to take some time for ourselves. And I think the thing also is when we take time for ourselves, we have to do it in the right way. Like the way that I was doing it was coming straight home from work and then like laying flat on my bed because it was like all the numbers and all the computer work and like everything, and it was just also kind of new and a little bit overwhelming and just so many things going through your mind. So I kind of just like be on my bed for an hour after I came back, and everyone thought I was ignoring them, and it kind of made like this big thing. So, which I completely understand. Like, I guess if I was a parent, I would have felt the same way. And so that's one thing where when I want my alone time, I'm finding it better to do it kind of like when everyone's kind of gone to bed and I can have my little hour of, reading and meditating and all of that, so that I'm not taking up family time. You know what I mean? Because we always have to balance, prioritizing ourselves and, being the love to our family and everybody else. And I think that's a good way to do it. And another thing is when I had completely, was just doing work because I was trying to figure out how to do, the desk job and, the family paperwork too, which is like a full-time job in itself. And, and the cooking and helping with the housework and everything, because I do a lot with that too, which like most people don't. But it takes a lot of time. Really, it does. And where was I going with this? Yeah, so since I was like working from like whenever I would leave in the morning till like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night getting stuff done here, I was taking no time for my alone time of, praying, meditating, reading. And I think that was the biggest thing, because it's kind of like how we have to shower every day, brush our teeth every day, eat every day. We also have to like take that meditating and quiet time with God. We have to do that every day too. It's not like, okay, I did it 2 weeks ago, I'm good for the next 2 months. Like, it does not work that way. And that is something I really did find out. It's something you have to do every day to help your mood, to help center yourself, to help ground yourself, and to help put everything into perspective. And so I think that's the biggest thing. And then practice being in a good mood. Like when you're meditating, like after a while, just be like, and start imagining like your best life. Things going well, just being so happy and grateful. Feel your heart opening. Feel like hearts coming out of your heart. Smile. Practice doing that alone so that when you go in front of your family and other people, you can do it in front of them too. And this is one thing that I struggle with, because I can be like super happy and animated with other people, but when it comes to family, that's where sometimes, or a lot of times, I can just, have the down energy and work mode instead of having that open heart and being able to hold space for them and being happy and loving and talkative. So that's something that I'm working on to get back to who I was. Because the last 2 weeks, I felt like I went back to my 15-year-old self, who was not happy, couldn't smile, was just so inundated with things, and I honestly felt like I was going backward. But the thing is, we know how to get back on track. We just have to take the 20 minutes every day to do that. It's really not that hard. And so I kind of just had to go back and follow my own advice, right? Like, I have made a course about everything that I learned to go from who I was when I was younger to being completely happy with life and just living my best life. And so since I backtracked from that, all I had to do is just follow, the steps that I did when I was 15 to get out of it. And it fixes itself. So honestly, if any of you guys are going through any of this, definitely check out my course. It's in the link below. It is absolutely amazing. It completely changed my life, all those things that I learned. And yeah, I think you'll really enjoy that. So now for the third part of the video. So I told my story. We talked about what does it mean to sparkle. And so now the third part, let me see, I wrote it down. What makes you sparkle? So take a list, take a pen and paper, and write down 10 things that makes you sparkle. What needs to happen to make you the person you want to be? Like for me, it's definitely resting like 9 hours at night, having a bit of, slow time in the morning, like having about an hour for that, to do reading, stretching, getting in a good mood for the day, making your intentions, all of that. And definitely like being with friends definitely helps me. Meditating is a big one. Walking outside in nature, all those things fill me up. So write down the things that fill you up and make sure you do some of those every day so that you can be, back to your sparkling self, even when, life gets tougher and work is a lot. And yeah, balance it out. Life is about harmony, and it's a really beautiful thing once we can achieve it. So I hope this helped you guys, and let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, and if you guys have struggled with the same thing. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.